Hey guys, it is time for another episode later in the same day. So I've already realized I've made a bit of a mistake here because the early game is pretty important. So let me quickly fix up some of my actual play the game style. And then I'll tell you a bit outside of the game. So I needed to do that. I also need to do this. Yeah, so this is one cool thing in the game over here. Once you take command of a country, like right now I run the trade unions of France, that gives me 25% of the economy. With that, I can start changing things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement corruption and looting at the moment because it's just going to be briefly, but I really would like a bit of money in the early game, and the best way to get that is by looting the entire world. So I'm going to do that. I just need to earn 150 bucks, basically. I'll show you why in a minute. So step one, we're going to put all three countries I just conquered into kleptocracy mode. And then I'm going to say all new countries I get are also going into kleptocracy mode. Okay, everyone's stealing everything. And the reason why I'm stealing everything is I want to buy a couple of these orgs. So these are two other mini games that are quite nice. I'll explain more about them later. But there's managing all the economic priorities of all your countries, and then there's owning and managing a bunch of orgs. So I've just done that. Also, before my turn begins, I'm going to acquire another little dude. And I think I'm going to acquire this particular little dude. Alright, my team is building up. As I said, Sudeep here, Subdeep, this guy is probably going to get kicked out even soon. But I'll run him for another turn. One of the reasons I'm keeping him is he's really boosting my tech right now, but I was putting tech into the wrong area. Alright, so I need to tell you about the war in real life.
Where to?
And I would rather not think about that quite yet, but I will. What am I gonna do in this game? I'm gonna grab Armenia. It could be a nice segue
Establishing
into the
our
war
presence.
here.
Ready for orders.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is Sudeep here. You're going there.
We'll be running this place in no time.
Ready for orders. We'll be running this place in no time.
So the reason why I'm
Standing
stealing
by.
all of everyone's money right now is because
Taking
the
control.
orgs will disappear in 7 days, and I need to get like $150 million in the next 7 days, so I'm looting France. That's cool. Now,
They are here to cleanse our sick world.
I'm meeting the AI. Now let me talk a bit about this. So, not long before this game launched, Russia invaded Ukraine. As you can see, there's a little war. The game had been running, so October 8th, 2022. The game launched October 1st, 2022. He had already done an edit to add the Ukraine war into his game at that time. It's still slogging along even to this day, but Russia pretty much has it in the bag. But for a couple of years, that was all that was happening in this war. But then, a year ago, Palestine exploded, and then it's been Russia versus America and Ukraine, and Iran versus America and Palestine. Basically, it's been how things have been playing out now for a while. And Palestine, as I'm sure history books will tell you, is a big fucking genocide where the Gaza Strip is getting ripped to pieces. And we're all having psychological huge issues about that at the moment, but still a lot of Westerners are being loyal to their fucking asshole governments. And in the past couple weeks, Syria has just exploded. In 11 days, the government of Syria got ripped to pieces by Turkey, who just entered the war for the West. which isn't great, so we're all mad about that. Armenia also, I'm getting it because it has some good rocketry in this game, but also in real life there was another sidebar. So there's basically a global war going on in different places that don't necessarily connect to each other. So there was, earlier in the year, a war between Azerbaijan and Armenia, where the great powers took the same sides as elsewhere, but that kind of wound down. Azerbaijan kicked Armenia's entire ass. And then, in the past couple weeks, the Syria events have unfolded, which is what it is. And so now it looks like the bad guys are winning. It looks like the genocide will never end. We're all pretty miserable
We got our
about
people
that.
in place.
Okay, Armenia's mine. Now, as you can see, I've already gained up in the upper left corner. You can't see my mouse, I'm afraid, but in the upper left corner you see my money's gone from 109.8 to 291. So I've just earned a big pile of cash. And with my big pile of cash, I can afford to buy my first org, which will build me. Now, you look up in the corner, you see a little rocket icon, 0, 0 plus 0. Now, as soon as I buy this, oh no, it'll have to be at the end of this month, I'll show you that. And I'm still hoping to get enough money for this Emerald Engineering before it disappears. It's a pretty significant one.
We still lack support.
Oh, one of my French failed.
We've
That's
got
too
our
bad.
people in place.
The other one succeeded. That's good. New technologies unlock. I'll explain technology later. I'm supposed to be talking to you about
We
what?
were unable to establish control.
Jesus Christ, this has been an unlucky. That was unlucky. But it also doesn't really matter. I'll get those things whenever I do. So yeah, basically, I'm living in a time when America's lashing out fighting everybody. It had a big plan to be the good guys in Ukraine. It was great. I mean, I'll tell you probably later about how they weren't as good as they said they were, but they were relatively upstanding folk in Ukraine. And then a big genocide exploded in Palestine, and they decided to throw that in, and then they became completely morally reprehensible again. So that's cool. Let's see, I might fuck this up. If I fuck this up, I'm restarting. Straight talk. No, I got it. Wait, no, I didn't get it. Oh, that's Belgium. I fucked it up, but look, Emerald Engineering survived, so I'm going to not restart. And in fact, I got this wolf herdy, whatever. This guy here is also excellent. Alright, so yeah, that's how it's basically World War III. It's like World War I and World War II from my grandparents, but it's blessedly bloodless. We've lost like only 1 million people, but it looks like the geopolitical upshot is going to be equally significant to those big bloody messes of the last century. And we've just had a Syria phase in my modern times right now, and we have Palestine, we have Ukraine ongoing. There's also a possibility of Taiwan involving itself, or China involving Taiwan in the global war before it's all over. So that's cool. Let me finish up. Let me finish up my turn here before the timer clicks. So I'll hopefully be in a good position to tell you all about this war over the course of the coming game. That turn did not go very well. And in fact, one thing I'm going to have to do, you see that someone's already claimed Israel. Israel's valuable. But I'm going to probably actually claim Palestine, give it an alliance with France, because otherwise Israel will attack it. And in this game, Iran can't do anything to defend Palestine because he hasn't implemented missiles, because America doesn't like missiles, and he's American. Alright, I'll catch you in a second. Ciao.